skies of love.
Hello guys, and today very funny. I'm here with my dad, Marco Robinson.
Are you my daughter?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh my
What the
god. He is a #1 best-selling author, aren't you?
Apparently.
Yes, with your book, Know When to Close the Deal and Suddenly Grow Rich. It's amazing. I've read it and it's enriching my life. He's also got a restaurant called Naked in Malaysia where he lives. For how long have you lived there now? 15 years? Wow. And he's also got a few properties. I don't know how many properties you've got.
A lot.
A lot. I just thought I'd ask him a few questions today about his success and how he's got there. So...
You like my lifestyle, don't you, Paige?
Yeah. I'm jealous of his lifestyle. Wow.
But what do you like about my lifestyle? For the viewers that don't know me.
It's just incredible. Like, you can just wake up, you know, when you want, you know, go to the gym, get your session out the way, go for lunch with some friends, talk about business sometimes, you know, and then just go on the odd holiday every month.
I've got lots of holidays.
A lot of holidays. What was it last time you went to Bali for like 5 days?
Went for a week, yes.
Yeah.
So we do that every few weeks.
Yeah, and I love travelling, so I'm just like, oh my god. When did this all start? When did this click? What was the instant change in your life?
For doing what, babe?
For like your success, like how...
Well, you know, as a kid, I was an only child,
Yeah.
so I didn't have any friends. I used to play with myself a lot.
That's nice.
So
That's nice for everyone to hear.
not in that way, dear. You know, I used to
Yeah.
play with my toys and my Lego and all that kind of stuff, and I spent a lot of time on my own, I guess. And when you spend a lot of time on your own, you kind of use your imagination a lot.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, because I had a very tough upbringing, no money or anything like that, I used to escape in my imagination, dream of my, you know, what kind of person I wanted to be. I always knew I wanted to write a book. I always knew I wanted to be rich. I always knew I wanted to travel the world. I always knew I wanted to marry a beautiful woman. You know, all these kind of things. But I played those things out in my mind. You know, one of the tricks, the tips to success is you have to really see it in your mind first before you actually do it in your real life.
Visualize it so you know exactly what you want.
Yeah. Now, part of me didn't believe I could do that because, you know, I was in the system. I went to school.
Yeah.
I hate my primary school was great, fantastic. I loved primary school. It was Rose Hill Marple. It was a mixed school. And my first kiss, I fell in love when I was 8 years old. And then we moved to this place called Buxton. It was a boys' school, and there was no girls there, so that wasn't very nice. And I got bullied because I was out of town and had bright red ginger hair. They used to call me Duracell.
Oh my god.
And they used to bully me and beat me up, like pretty much every week at school.
That's mean.
And I started skiving school. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And then eventually I was 14 and I was being bullied by about 15 kids, being punched around in a circle one day. And then I just lost my temper. I don't know what happened. I saw red. And, you know, just laid out my fists and everything, and no one ever touched me again. Well, the school was still bad.
Yeah.
And I couldn't wait to leave it. And then I left school pretty much when I was your age, 16, 17.
Yeah, so you didn't go to college or
university? No college.
No degree?
No university. I've got nothing. I've got no paper with any kind of qualification on apart from my birth certificate. Pretty much driving license, passport. That's it. And yet I make millions of dollars, millions of pounds, whatever currency you want to call it.
Yeah.
But the secret really is you've got to be yourself.
Yeah.
Now you're learning to do that because you've just recently dropped out of college.
I know.
And you had a lot of people telling you that's not a good idea.
Yeah, I've had some nice friends and feedback going, no, you can't do that, that's not right. You know?
One of the things, because I invited you over to the launch of my Naked restaurant.
I remember that, and I was like, no, I can't, I've got too much homework to do.
And you didn't want to come, did you?
No.
You didn't want to come at all, you wanted to stay at home, I've got too much homework, that was the answer.
Follow the rules.
So anyway, she came over eventually and persuaded her, because of course I am a top class persuader. I did write a book about it. So she came over, and then one night, every night for 3 days you were busy. She was doing homework. I said, what are you doing? What's the homework about? So she came out of the room and said, what are you doing? I said, I'm writing an essay. I said, what are you writing the essay about? And she said to me, I quote, muscular Christianity.
Yeah.
So I said, of course I laughed at first, and I said, what the hell is that about? And there was actually a few of us there in the apartment. John was there as well, I think. And we laughed. He said, what is it about? And what did you say?
It's about how your mind connects with your body in, you know, whilst exercising. So it's like you're connecting with God.
because you went to a Catholic college. Of course, they're going to push that down your throat because it's a Catholic college.
Yeah.
So anyway, we all laughed about it, and eventually she realised, Paige realised, but I didn't tell her to leave college, did I?
No, it just kind of clicked. I was like, do I really want to be doing this for 2 years? Homework.
How is that muscular Christianity essay ever going to help you in real life? Is it relevant to success? Is it relevant to making money? Is it relevant to being happy? No, it's not. But there's so much of the system and enculturation put down on families to make sure you go to school, college and university. And it's not the answer.
I agree.
So that's one of the things. Yeah,
I'm so glad I did it though, like dropped out, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have realised that I want to be a DJ. I wouldn't have got on with my YouTube thing. I would have never.
How many
pursued.
times did I tell you to start doing a YouTube channel?
For years.
Yes.
4 years. I was scared what other people would think. I was like, no, I would get bitched about. I would get comments from people like, why are you doing it? That's so stupid. I was just scared of not being liked by everyone. And then I realised, no, not everyone likes you. It's just a thing in life. You can't please everyone. And
so you've got to please yourself first.
Yeah,
right?
Make yourself happy first, and then you can attract the right kind of people towards you that like the same thing. Next question.
Get on.
I would say, what is a thing about property that made you want to get into it? What made you attracted to property?
Well, there was a time when I used to have a job. Right,
lovely.
And the facts are that 98% of people in the world end up retiring financially broke. That means, if you look at the stats in more detail, actually, when people retire at 65, 1 is financially free, 4 are still working, 36 are dead, and 59 are dead broke. Now I knew that because I saw people older than me having no money.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, how can I generate an income without working? Because I was doing a job I loved at first, but eventually didn't like it because it was too much work. And I just didn't like doing it anymore.
Yeah, I can see why.
And what you have to do is you have to always do what you love to do, but see, people are afraid of that because they think it's not going to pay the bills. So I saw property as a vehicle to basically replace my salary so I didn't have to go to work. With the property, it's a great thing because you can buy a property fairly inexpensively. You can put a deposit down, you can borrow the money, and actually I've got strategies where you can actually borrow the deposit so you don't have to put any money of your own down.
So it's like a loan?
Yes,
yeah.
And then you get a tenant in and they pay you rent and you collect the rent, you pay the mortgage, and what you've got left is your positive cash flow, which you can increase the more properties you buy, and of course the more income you've got. It's called passive income. It's called, the more properties you've got, it's called multiple streams of income.
Yeah.
So I've got now many properties giving me multiple streams of income, and that means I don't have to go to work and don't need a salary anymore.
Wow.
So I can do what the hell I want.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, the properties I buy, and at first I didn't understand property, but now I do very well. So I understand where you have to buy it, what you have to look for. One of the things about property is you have to buy property very simply in an area where the population is growing.
So more people can buy.
So there's more demand to rent the house, because if the population is decreasing, that's a bigger risk because you might not find a tenant, might not find a buyer.
Yeah.
So when you research on your buying property and investing, that's what you've got to do. That's number one. It's called demographics, by the way.
Yeah.
And I also teach people how to do that. I educate people how to do that. I educate people how to replace the salary, fire the boss, and live the life of the dreams, which I do every day.
Yeah.
And if I can do it, I'm a school dropout, because I'm your dad, right?
Yeah, everyone can do it.
And, at first when I dropped out of school, no one really told me that was a bad thing because my dad wasn't really there.
No.
My mum was really struggling with stuff, so you didn't really bother, So no one was telling me to go to university now, but no one was telling me to do anything else either.
Yeah, so you didn't know what to do.
I didn't know what the hell to do. So I kept asking the question, how can I be successful? And things happen, the universe conspires.
Yeah.
When you ask questions,
you get the
your
answer.
mind is so powerful. You get the answers, and I met Mr. Rob, who's standing behind the camera. Come in front of the camera, Rob, so everyone can see you. So this is Rob.
This is our great friend Rob.
My best friend. So I met him when I was 21, and we were selling timeshare together, and he was the best salesman, I was the worst salesman, didn't sell anything.
Yeah.
I was going to get fired, and he said to me one day, you know what, Marco, I think you can do better than you do it. I want you to read this book. Now, I'd never read a book before in my life properly, from front to back. So he gave me this book, and literally, long story short, went home, came back, and became top salesperson. So I met him, and from the question, how can I be successful, he appeared. in front of me, like a magic person.
Magic.
And then I met John, whose house we're in garden we're in now. John's my friend who helps me work out getting this six-pack.
I'm just going to fly back behind the
He's going to fly back.
Bye, Rob.
So the more questions you ask, and you keep asking that question, things happen. And you've got to trust that.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to remove that fear. And you're in the best position always when you've got nothing to lose. So when you're in a really bad situation, when you've lost everything, because I have done that a few times, most powerful position to be in, because literally you've got no fear, because you've lost everything anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, know where you're coming from.
What happened this morning? What was your experience this morning with your dad and our friends?
Whoops. If you don't die first.
Now this is... Hang on, come here, John, come here.
Oh my gosh, that's scary.
So we're in John's house. This is John Hudson, his house, and he's giving me this chair on purpose to never look bad on camera.
It's my daughter's drumming.
But I've known John 25 years. He's a great friend of mine, the best friend you can ever have, and the most loyal friend. But he's also really a genius at what he does. And he found something that he does, and he made it pay money for him. And he's getting into nutrition, his own nutrition company. He's getting his own gyms. I'm going to be investing with him, hopefully, to do that. I've known John 25 years, brilliant friend, fantastic genius at what he does, 3 times national bodybuilding champion, top 10 in the world, from being a little Freddie Mercury doll about that big as my finger. Right?
Thanks for that.
Yeah, you're welcome, mate.
Freddie Mercury.
To being a great friend and doing business together because we trust each other, we have a great time, but you are a result of the people you spend the most time with. And your success is limited by the people you spend the most time with. So if they're kind of getting jealous of your success, they'll bring you back. What are you doing that for?
I've actually had that multiple.
Look, a dickhead doing that.
Yeah.
That's not. It's not going to work out, is it? You're stupid. You never work out, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, John.
Yeah.
No problem.
I've got that before, many times. Like, why are you doing it that way? I got a comment from one friend in the gym once, like, why are you training like that? That's not the right type of training. It's not good for your body. And I was there like, I can train the way I want to train. It's not
actually,
dictated
you learned
by
a lot
what
from
you
John,
say.
right?
Yeah, I did. And it's actually
even in the gym the other day, I was doing leg extensions, and I was pulled to one side, saying, "Oh, you can't do it like that. You're going to injure yourself." And I'm a qualified personal trainer. So we said, "Okay, let me ask you a question. What have you actually won in terms of physical training?" So my private coach is John Hudson, 3 times bodybuilding champion. They didn't really say anything after that. So that's, you know, the things that happen. And your biggest thing, your biggest challenge for you is the people that are telling you can't do it.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I agree with that a lot. That's why I've left those friends who I don't need and finally found some real friends that support me in what I do, and it's actually made me feel so much better about myself. And that's what I can really say to everyone else out there. Just be with the people who make you a better person, who help you grow in anything.
Grow.
In what you want to do.
Yes.
God, here we go. Thank you for coming. So, Dad, after this amazing interview with
yes, darling daughter.
What's the main point that you'd like to get across to my viewers and, well, any viewer really?
What's the main point? Be yourself. Be crazy. Don't be afraid of stuff. Get out and do it. Take massive action and just do it. Don't listen to people that tell you at all that you can't have what you want. Because I'm living proof that you can have anything you want. My best friend Rob says, anything is possible.
If you just believe.
Do it. It's not just believing it, you've got to take action.
Yeah.
And every little bit of action you take is like practice, isn't it? So the best tennis players in the world, I mean, I was watching the Winter Olympics right now. Just brilliant. You look at the skills they've got, but they've been practicing. But anyone can do that.
Yeah.
It's just the amount of quality practice that you have, and also you've got to learn from the people that have already got what you want. The biggest tip to want to leave you with is if you want complete success in whatever you want to do, you've got to learn from the people that have got the success that you want. And that's really effective mentoring. That's how you really grow fast. Now, a lot of people don't do that.
No.
Because they don't know how to find those people.
No.
They're afraid, they've got their own challenges, but actually you can. And it doesn't actually cost money sometimes.
Anyway, thank you.
Thank you, darling.
For being with us today.
Very good pleasure of me, darling. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.
Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.